This is not to be construed or interpreted as to favor indignities on our part. This is not to say that a mortal is weak. This is to say that a mortal is more excellent than an angel. Allah has said in the Qur'an that He has created the human being a degree above the angels. Why? Because we have freedom of judgment. We have freedom of judgment. The angel has no freedom of judgment. The angel can do nothing but carry out the nature God gave him, follow that nature, and obey that nature. He cannot have freedom of judgment. The angel is not like human beings, tested by sexual appetite, tested by food, tested by anger, tested by frustrations, and tested by hatred and wars, tested by the temptation to take something without being taught it is right there, and knowing that it is wrong. You see? So he's tested, and he's starving, and he needs something very badly, and he's tested. The angel is not tested like that. He has not the nature, the angel has not the nature to be tested like that, and the angel has not the ability, he has not the power of independent judgment, of individual judgment. I know that none of us are independent of God, but we can't really accept that as a law rule, but we have been given a limited freedom, and in that limited freedom we exercise our own personal judgment. Is that right? Yes. So we understand that we are more excellent than the angel if we can follow Allah's guidance. The angel followed it without any thought, without any temptation. We follow it with temptation. We follow it without any inclination. We follow it against inclination and in spite of inclination, and we follow it because of inclination. So we have to war and fight and fight and struggle with our inclinations, and we have to use good judgment. And we submit all of that after it's been given to us, we submit it all back to God. And God, I don't want to use this independent judgment. It is not what you want. And you've given me the power, but I give it back to you. Now you tell me how to use it. Don't you think that's better than the angel who never got it to give it back? Yes. So we must understand that Prophet Muhammad is a human being messenger. And this is not saying that he's less than Jesus Christ. This is not saying that he's less than those who live pure lives, ascetics, monks. This is saying he's more than they are, because they have resigned themselves to a life away from the influences. They have taken themselves out of the challenge. They've taken themselves away from the temptation. They have cut themselves off from the field of human exploration and human cultivation. And they have become angels in their minds, in their attitudes, and in their spirit. So they are not in touch with the world. They don't feel what happens in the gutter. They don't feel what happens in their ghetto with their wine and their whiskey and their narcotics and their heroin and their reefers and the whores and all these things all around them. They are free from that. They escape that. They run off and leave all of that. And they claim a purity and they claim an excellence. So how excellent is the man who can live among the Jahiliyyah, live among the filth of Jahiliyyah, and then rise up and call them to strength, and tell them in all of my 40 years, I have not fallen to your corruption. Yes, this is the human messenger for human beings. All praise be to Allah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. All praise be to Allah. highly glorified is He. Subhanahu bukratan wa asila. Highly glorified is He in the most earliest time of the day and at the most extreme time of the day. Some of us, we can be all right when we're little children, but as we grow older, we begin to be corrupt. When some of us come up corrupt as youngsters, and when we get old, we think of being serious, and we start praising God. If you notice, the seasons of the world go like that. We come into a season in our own nation, in our own country, America, where the people are morally conscious, and they're just like little babies. They're all so sweet and courteous. Don't you remember a time in America when people used to say, good morning, how are you? And when people used to say a bad word, they say, ooh. You remember that? And you remember how this society got older and began to get more and more corrupt? And now it doesn't remember God. It plays the thought of God lightly, takes it for a joke, many of them. And corruption is just spreading and spreading and spreading and rising, drowning us in corruption. Well, as the seasons pass over, they'll pass over one day. It's not going to stay this way. The season will pass over, and this one will die, and another one will come to birth, and they will be exchanging courtesies. That sound is already here. You find different people saying, may you have a good day. May you have a good day. Have a good night. That's just saying recently, didn't it? Yes. Yes. Have a good day. So we see it's trying to come back. They died, now they're trying to come back. Isn't it wonderful that Allah has left us to the fate of season? We are not left to the fate of the season. This world will be tested, and it will be burdened, and they will break down under the burden because they don't have a strong enough light guidance in their life to save them. The Muslim never should die in a moral death in this world. Die not unless you are Muslim. Why? Because we know how to die before the world says die. We know how to die before the season says it's time to die. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, die, so you will not have to die. Or die before you die. Problem also. Die before you die. Die before you die. What is the death that we die before we die? We die to the temptations. We die to the inclination to follow the world's leadership. We die to that. We die to the influences of materialism. We die to the influences of a flamboyant speaker. A great orator. We die to the influences of man in society. And we live to the influences of Allah's guidance. And when we live to the influences of Allah's guidance, we don't have to die anymore. So when the seasons of death come, they shouldn't test the believer. The seasons shouldn't test the believer. And he dies, he should still be alive while others are dying. There's no season of immorality for Muslims. We should always have morality, a strong morality. There's seasons of immorality for those who are victims of the circumstances and influences of the world. Yes. And where can you find me a nation that survived the season? Huh? America doesn't survive the season. In my own life, I've seen several seasons come and go. Now imagine if we really had the whole history of America right before us, where we could see it. We could see many lives coming and going. Whole society coming to life in human sentiments and dying to human sentiments and falling in moral corruption. Just over and over again. Almost with the fashion industry. Fashion industry almost have complete manipulative power, dominance over our moral life. They change the fashion, our morals go out the window. They come back in with a little decent pen advocating decency, and the decency come back to life. Don't you know if the morals of a people